Hello everyone! What would you do if in a fit of road rage you found yourself facing a man twice your size charging towards you? Surely, this wouldn't be in anyone's plans when it comes to road rage. And in this video, we'll find an explanation for why it's important to stay calm when facing road rage. A woman in a Civic decided that the red sports car next to her was too clean, so she decided to do something about it. First, it was coffee, then a cup, and finally, a Cadillac. A previous incident caused two cars to have a conflict right on the highway. Things escalated when the man in the gray car decided to get out and charge towards the red car. However, as soon as the large man in the red car got out, he quickly realized he had picked the wrong person to mess with. A man driving a Maserati tried to merge into the lane of an SUV going in the same direction. His rage made him forget the basics, like using the handbrake when getting out of the car. The SUV driver decided to leave, but the Maserati driver kept following until they both stopped at a nearby police station. Ultimately, he was arrested for his aggressive behavior. A truck was stuck in both lanes of traffic. This caused the man driving the pickup truck to get angry and scream at the truck driver. He even climbed onto the truck's step and seemed to punch the driver in the cabin before leaving.
Damn it, boy.
But as soon as the truck driver stepped out to get the pickup truck's license plate, the pickup truck driver ran quickly through a grassy area to escape the scene.
Dang it, boy.
A previous conflict between two men led an older man to approach an SUV with a screwdriver and start yelling. It seemed to be over when the older man walked away, but that's when the SUV driver decided to retaliate. This video serves as a living demonstration to all of us of why we need to stay calm. The man driving the bicycle deliberately blocked the path of the approaching white car, causing both of them to have a conflict and somehow crash into each other. The rage became more intense when the man driving the bicycle smashed the car's windshield and then jumped up in a defiant manner. In the end, the man driving the white car decided to respond and left immediately. The road rage started when someone tried to cut into the lane of an approaching SUV, causing him to get angry and repeatedly cut off the SUV driver over a long period. If you encounter aggressive drivers ready to endanger you, stay away from them as quickly as possible. None of the results from road rage are part of your plan. Therefore, the biggest goal is to get home safely, not to win in a rage. A conflict occurred on the road when a man in a blue car tried to merge into an already congested lane. The driver of the red car decided not to give way, which enraged the man, causing him to charge at the red car. However, as soon as the large man in the red car stepped out, he quickly realized that getting home a little later was better than trying to cut into someone else's lane. A previous incident caused the van driver to rage and decide to block the SUV at an intersection to resolve his anger. and you can't beat road rage if you act like losers in the first place. Every conflict can be resolved when you choose to react calmly, so always aim to stay calm in the face of road rage. The conflict happened very simply when these two men walked into each other's lane. If you were in this situation, would you choose to give way or wait? Please leave a comment on how you would react in this situation. The rampage occurred when two men in a sedan tried to squeeze into the truck's lane. This caused the driver to honk his horn to warn them, but this caused the two men in the sedan to become angry and rush towards the truck driver. However, the situation quickly turned around when the driver was carrying something that appeared to be an electric baton. The two cars in front rushed forward dangerously, causing the man in the gray car to decide to change lanes to the left. But at the same time, the man driving the white car was speeding up and lost control, almost causing him to be thrown off the road. This caused him to fly into a rage and rush towards the man in the gray car to vent his rage. Luckily, the man in the gray car chose to react peacefully. The man driving the Mercedes decided to anger the cyclist by throwing trash in the young man's face and leaving. However, the red light ruined his escape plan. A prior incident led to a conflict between two men. The rage between the two men seemed to have ended. But as they both left, the man driving the bicycle suddenly turned and attacked the SUV. This is also what caused him to receive the karma he created. These two women decided to attack an Amazon driver to vent their rage. In the end, the driver decided to hit the two girls' car and leave.
Oh my God.
Iski was traveling on the road when he encountered a pedestrian walking in an area that was not on the pedestrian path, but Iski still decided to stop and give way to him. But the man was moving and staring at Iski. Then when he turned around, he crashed into the electric pole. So always stay focused and bring a pair of sunglasses in your car when driving against the sun. The incident occurred when the BMW forcefully hit the rear of this car. Remarkably, he threatened the owner of the dashcam and then tried to flee. However, the police were immediately there to stop him. After the incident and road rage with the sports car, the man driving the SUV decided to flee, despite his hood being up and obstructing his view. Eventually, as he went around a corner, his obstructed view caused him to lose control and flip the car over. The road rage incident occurred when Lawrence was on his way to his office in Southern California. He encountered a man driving a Ford, cutting into his lane while he was changing lanes. This made the man angry, and he decided to speed up and hit Lawrence's car, but this also caused him to receive the karma he created. A minor incident earlier had enraged the man driving the pickup truck, causing him to block Thomas's car. Thomas chose to back off instead of arguing with him. But shortly after, Thomas decided to report the entire incident to the police. In the end, the man received a ticket. The rampage started from a previous incident, which caused the man to fly into a rage and scream at the woman in the SUV. He even used the knife to slash the woman's tire. If you were a woman in this situation, how would you react? Please leave your comments below in the comments section for everyone to know. If this video brings you new experiences to make your driving easier, subscribe to the channel and press the bell button so that every time there is a new video, you will be the first to watch it. The incident occurred in a parking lot in California, when the female driver got angry and spit on the pickup truck of the man parked next to her because the man parked too close to her car. This enraged her, leading her to attack the man. Eventually, the police arrived and placed her in handcuffs. The rage incident occurred in Tampa Bay, Florida. A group of motorcyclists seemed to be speeding down the road when a BMW switched lanes without signaling, nearly hitting one of the riders. But the BMW driver chased the group of motorcyclists and confronted them at the stoplight. The incident only ended when the woman got out from the passenger seat of the BMW, pointed a gun, and shouted at the motorcyclists. After that, the motorcyclists seemed to leave. This road rage occurred when the man driving the black car believed that the person with a camera didn't yield the road to him. This led to his rage and decision to retaliate. In the end, he is the one who has to receive the karma he created. Never before has confronting a police officer to channel your rage been such a great idea. An earlier incident caused this young man to fly into a rage and repeatedly attack the window of the man driving a Mercedes. Everything seemed to be over when he returned to his car, when he suddenly kicked the Mercedes again. But this caused him to receive the karma he created. This man tried to cut into a crowded lane and got furious with the truck driver. It seemed like the argument was over, but then the man driving the SUV suddenly stopped and picked up a rock to attack the truck driver. In the end, the recipient of karma is him. A road rage incident occurred on the highway between a woman driving a Mercedes and a man driving a Jeep. The two had conflicts for a long time because both thought the other person was endangering them. The rage became more intense when the man tried to force the woman to the side of the road, but the woman suddenly braked, causing the Jeep to lose control and flip over to everyone's surprise. Luckily, the man in the car was taken out safely. The incident occurred in Houston when a man driving a Toyota tried to steal a MAGA flag from a Donald Trump supporter and crashed his car into a lamppost. A sedan was parked in the middle of the pedestrian lane. This made the man angry and jumped into the sedan, but his landing surprised everyone. Road rage occurred on the highway between the driver of a black sedan, who suddenly changed lanes when he noticed the truck in front was quite close to him. This made the red car behind him angry, and the two had a conflict. The two pushed each other for a long distance, and their rage ended with the black car losing control and crashing into the roadside railing and being thrown up. Everyone in the car is fine, but this is also a lesson for all of us that controlling our emotions and actions is extremely important. Does road rage make your car cleaner? The incident occurred when the SUV driver tried to merge into the lane ahead of a sedan, but the sedan didn't give way. It seemed like the incident was over when the SUV drove off. But then it moved ahead, stopped by a puddle on the side of the road. Wait for the Toyota to come and take revenge by going so fast that dirty water splashes all over the Toyota and then leave. This man sped up and began cursing at the cameraman, but soon realized that the laws of air resistance still applied even when he was angry. This debate started among young women. The conversation became difficult and quickly led to tears when a woman in a black shirt used pepper spray. However, the rage ended as soon as the police took everyone to the station. Rage ensued when the motorcyclist threatened to attack the man inside the car.
I'm coming down! It wasn't, you dickhead!
The older man was not overly outraged and just laughed at the insults and threats. The outrage ended when the man stepped on the gas and left, but before leaving, he hit the motorbike hard. Klein was driving along Sardis Road in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, when he encountered a traffic jam caused by a man raging at an elderly woman driving a sedan. His rage ended when the police arrived and took him to the station. Every fit of anger brings negative consequences, so I hope you stay calm in every situation. Don't try to make things worse when you're angry. A man fell asleep in his car while waiting at a red light. George went to wake him. And as soon as the man woke up, George immediately regretted his decision. This unruly man decided to block the entire busy road during rush hour just to settle a minor dispute from an earlier incident. Not stopping there, he even challenged everyone present despite everyone's advice to him. But this is what caused him to receive bad karma. Bullies on the street receive retribution as soon as they decide to block the entire road. The man driving the Nissan pulled onto the shoulder and had previously tried to merge when there was no space. The story ended with him having to pay $2,000 in repair costs because the insurance company refused to cover the damages. There are people who love supercars, and there are those who seek to destroy them. Fortunately, the police arrived quickly enough to ensure that the situation was handled properly. An earlier road dispute led to this man throwing a milk bottle at a truck driver's windshield. The reason was that the truck driver had started to slow down just so this man could speed past, but he assumed the truck driver brake-checked with him. What would you do if you were the person driving that moto? Please share your behavior in the comments section below. A Volkswagen rushed up and tailgated Leo as he was moving on the highway and signaled to be let through. Leo decided to change lanes to the inside and give way to the other driver to pass. But the high speed when entering the curve caused a strong collision. Another impact was so strong that the front of the car was almost completely damaged. Luckily, he's okay. A driver suddenly sped up, cut off the car behind him, and got out to confront the other driver. But a police car was immediately there and ordered him to get back into his car. Getting angry is never the best way to handle anything, so this video once again reminds us to be calm about everything. This Russian guy was furious when a Mercedes-Benz unexpectedly cut in front of his car. He was so angry that he jumped out to confront the occupants of the Mercedes-Benz. However, as soon as the window was rolled down, he regretted his actions and had to leave. So, if you engage in road rage and leave your car, you're definitely putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. In his rage, the young man threw rocks at the rear window of the car in front of him. This provoked severe rage in the large man in front, and the end of the story was that he regretted his actions. What do you think about this situation? Let's discuss it in the comments section. This driver suddenly overtook him, and then became angry and wanted to attack Michael. But he immediately panicked when Michael stepped on the accelerator.
Watch it.
How do you feel about the actions of Michael and this man? Let's discuss below in the comments section. This young man suddenly stopped, threw a fit of rage, and charged ready to fight with the car behind him. But he immediately regretted it when he realized the person he intended to attack was a police officer. Getting angry isn't always a good way to handle things. You never know who you'll run into if you get into road rage. So, try to keep a calm demeanor to handle everything. Before deciding to rage on the road, think about its consequences. It's unclear why this young man became angry and attacked the glass door of a white car. The white car decided to leave, but before leaving, it crashed into his open door. This video is perhaps one of the most vivid about road rage and immediate karma. Everyone was okay when the car unexpectedly flipped over, to the surprise of all. Surely after this lesson, he will think carefully before getting angry. This time, the rage came from a woman sitting in a van eating a Big Mac instead of driving. To avoid a white car, she stopped and waited for it to pass, but she was so focused on her burger that she hit a small pothole. While holding a Big Mac in one hand and fries in the other, while driving with her knees, her van crashed into the bushes. But what's worth mentioning is that after the car crashed into the bushes, she got out of the car and pointed her finger at Thomas and blamed him. The drunk truck driver irrationally took out his anger on the sedan and even 3 other cars traveling in the same direction. But he could not escape justice, as just a few minutes later, he was arrested at a nearby police station. After the police arrested him and tested his urine, it was discovered that he had many stimulants in his body. Hamsty was traveling on the highway when the Audi A4 suddenly had a road rage brake check. This guy said he was angry because Hamsty came close to his car, so he intentionally caused an accident. Both the court and insurance ruled it was his fault. Have you ever thought about using your feet to attack a car made of metal to deal with your rage? If that hasn't happened yet, then congratulations. Here's what will happen if that action is taken. A minor incident earlier caused the delivery man to lose his temper and attack the car, but perhaps this lesson will help him find smarter ways to handle similar situations in the future. George was riding his motorcycle near a gas station in Florida when a man driving a Hyundai sped out of the gas station and cut in front of him. The car driver accidentally left his wallet on the roof of the car, and the wallet fell onto the road as he sped away. George picked up his wallet and chased behind the car to return it. But as soon as he caught up, the motorcyclist received a middle finger from the car driver, thinking George was arguing about the previous incident, and sped off again. Finally, he pulled over when he realized George wanted to return his wallet. The man in the van refused to give way and still tried to pass while the road was in need of repair. This made the crane operator angry and decided to turn the van into a pile of scrap. The incident happened on the highway. As soon as the man in the car was provoked, he immediately accelerated to chase. However, the woman inside the car used the handbrake to stop the rage from happening, but she was mistaken in her actions. Using the handbrake while traveling at high speed is extremely dangerous, so if you are in a similar situation, do not try to do this, but choose another way. But the best way is to stay calm in everything. Don't get angry because of a little excitement, which will lead to wrong results. The incident occurred in original Auckland, New Zealand. Both men clashed due to a previous incident, and tensions escalated when one man threw beer in the face of the other, who was holding a stick. The failed punch led the man driving the Mercedes into the altercation. Sometimes patience will bring you safety and savings.